2013 Tahoe here, and we're going to do rear brakes and rotors, and we got a 13 millimeter on a ratchet. We're going to take the caliper off now. I got to grab something to hold the caliper pin. Let's crack the bottom one loose. I got some vice grips to hold this top caliper pin. It's spinning on me. These don't have a hole in them, so we can't really depress the caliper. So we have to use a we're going to use our vice grips to clamp that down. Let me grab something to hold these two.
So what we're doing with the vice grips is we're holding that screw in place, right?
The caliper pin is
the caliper pin,
which is a good thing that it's moving. Here. All right. Okay, so we got our pry bar. We're gonna pull the caliper back, and sometimes you can just get a little wedge going and try and collapse it a little bit like this.
look around.
So we're gonna collapse it like this, and whatever we don't finish, we'll use the vice grips for. We got it pretty close in here, so let's get the caliper tool in, the vice grips in there. See, I'm pushing the boot back down in place. You want to make sure that this boot stays in a nice form like that, so when it comes out, it's not dry rotted or anything. So we've got our vice grips here, and I'm just going to grab it, put it inside, and it's bottomed. Okay, so I'm going to sit it up on the top right here, out of the way, and we're going to get this caliper bracket off. And this thing is I believe it's an 18. Yeah, 18.
I'm the camera guy. Watch your head.
Yeah.
The lift.
Watch my head, so I won't smash it with the wrench. Yeah, let's crack this one loose. Okay.
There you go.
One bolt here. That one's loose. Okay, we're gonna slide the caliper bar off. Now, that's what you call getting your money's worth out of your brakes.
It's like another left one.
Okay, here's the loader off, and 2 in a row, Tony. Look
Nice.
how nice those emergency brakes.
Yeah, those aren't bad. They look pretty good.
Woohoo!
There you go.
All right, let's go load up our caliper, clean our caliper bracket up, and our rotor. Okay, so we're gonna get these caliper pins out. I like to grab the boot and hold the boot down. And they look pretty good. I'm just gonna run the wire wheel on the tips of these a little bit, and I'll be right back. All right, so we're lubing up our caliper pins. We ran this on the wire wheel just to get a little rust off here. I'm gonna load these up pretty good. And we like to put a blob on the boot so when we push the pin in, it kind of forces some down into the hole. So we like doing that. Okay, there's that one. I'm gonna sit that one in there. And this is the ceramic brake lube that we use. We've had good luck with it. You know, when you buy brake pads, they give you a little tiny, you know, squeeze tab to use. And it's just not enough. It's, you know, you want to put a nice healthy coat on these things. I'm going to remove the clips from here. These are sometimes sharp. You got to be careful. A lot of times I just pry them out with a screwdriver. Okay, and so this is what we do on every brake job. We have to wire brush these brackets. Sometimes you have to run a file across them if they don't look good. I want to make sure this is clean because when we put the clip in, the clip's got to sit down really nice so that it's not dragging on your brake pads. So we're going to make sure that happens, that our brake pads are nice and fluid, moving. Smooth, I should say. Okay, let's get the clips in there. You got one clip there. And you want to make sure they're flat, like that. And that is. We got our other clip here. And these little side things are what locks these in. And they go in the middle in here. And they push down. I just want to make sure that they're down. Like I said, be careful. These clips can be sharp. They'll cut your finger. All right, so now we're going to put the lube on here.
Yeah, when Steve cuts his finger, we don't have workman comp.
Yeah, no.
We got a Cadillac and a shovel.
We ain't doing that. So. Okay, so we got this one. Like this. Okay.
Done yet?
Yeah. Okay. All right, so our pins are lubed and everything. So we've got our brake pads right here. You've got one that's got a sensor on it, you know. I put the sensor on the outside facing the top. It really doesn't matter which way you put it. You know, it's just going to hit the rotor at some point, and it's a wear guard, let you know that you're down. So we slide the brake pads into the clip. This is how we can tell if we see how smooth that moves. That's exactly what we want. So we know we don't have rust built up on the caliper bracket. So we've got one in there, and we can slide this one in right now.
So the sensor he's talking about is a little metal.
The wear and tab right there.
Yeah, the metal piece right there sticking out. That hits the rotor and it makes a noise to let you know your brake's low.
Yep. Okay, we got that one in there. See how smooth these move? That's what you want. So now we're going to clean up our rotor and install it, and then we'll put our caliper bracket on. Okay, just going to spray this with some brake clean. You want to get the oil off of it. You're going to have a little oil residue on the top here. So, you know, you're going to smell this for a day or so, and it'll burn off, but you want it off of the brake surface here. Now, this is a rotor / brake drum. It's got the brake drum part in here. That's where the emergency brake shoes are riding, and our shoes are mint, so we don't have to change them. I'm going to wipe this out. All right, so we're going to go put some Never-Seez on the axle, and then we'll slip our rotor on. Got our rotor all ready to go on. We got to put the Never-Seez on the hub here, on the rear axle, I should say. I'm going to slip that on. And we're going to go get the caliper bracket and bolt that on. All right, let's put some Never-Seez on our bolts right now, so this will be all ready to go. right, now go get the bracket. All right, so we're going to slide the caliper bracket on, and the bolt can be a little tricky to try and catch here. Geez, that one caught right away.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta wiggle the caliper bracket around to line them up.
Okay. All right, that's tight. Now, I've lubed the caliper up already, the piston. We talked about the boot, that's all lubed up. So I can slide this right back on now. I gotta hold that caliper.
Yeah, that bolt likes to spin. The caliper pin.
Well, it's got lube on it now, so it's gonna spin.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right.
There it goes. It's falling into place.
Okay, and tighten the top one, and then we'll go back and tighten the bottom one. Okay, so it's going to be the same procedure on the other side. We're going to get in, we're going to pump up the brake pedal, and then we'll check our brake fluid level, and it's going to be the same procedure for the other side.